All right, let's talk about our stars to watch as we get you set for the Retrievers and Rocky Mountain experts. We'll start with this one, and you know the name, Ruby Tui, and on the other side, it'll be Kathryn Johnson, but let's talk about Tui.
Ruby Tui, Olympic gold medalist, World Cup winner. She really has gone to the pinnacle of this sport in every possible way. She's such a workhorse, but she's such a personality on and off the pitch, and I think she brings a lot of energy and pulls those retrievers together. And then on the other side, another Olympian, Kathryn Johnson, better known as KJ. She is such an asset. She's works in the middle of the pitch. She's such an organizer, but she brings this physicality that you don't expect from her.
Another big scenario here, Abby, so whoever wins is headed for DC.
Everything to play for then, and these two have not faced off yet. So big opportunity ahead. 14 minutes, we've said it a million times already, but right from the start, the experts will want to right some wrongs from Minnesota, and Kathryn Johnson's going to be there right in the mix.
On the other side, we talked about the Golden State Retrievers. We obviously just highlighted Ruby Tui, but someone who you saw in our pregame show was Liz Tafuna, and when you think back to the way she played in Minnesota, she is really the one I'm watching aside from Ruby Tui. Everybody knows what Tui is going to bring to the table for the Retrievers, but Tafuna was a force to be reckoned with in Minnesota and really probably one of the catalysts for this team.
A catalyst, exactly the word I was going to use. She's galvanized this team, lifting their spirits and energies. Everyone expects Ruby Tui to be in the middle of the pitch, but Liz Tafuna runs those beautiful lines. She supports her teammates endlessly, and she is very difficult to bring down.
Kelly Griffin coaching, we heard from her earlier as well. That's a look at Tafuna, the 6, and as we mentioned, this is for the clinch and to head to DC for all the marbles in August. Another look at that lineup for the experts. We talked about Johnson, KJ. Anybody else standing out for you?
Just one other name on that list was Nakamura. She was a former captain for the Japanese women's sevens team, an Olympian herself. And it's just so great to see all these women coming together from across the globe.
Foster will get things started, and there is the kick, and a big hit by Tafuna to start this off. Holy smokes, like a train coming in.
So that's going to be a card straight away, I believe, for Liz Tafuna, because Nicolau was up in the air going for that kick. Liz Tafuna took her out while her feet are not on the field. So playing anyone in the air is illegal and usually results in 2 minutes in the sin bin. But medical staff just taking a look at her. No ill intention again, both players just wanting to get after that ball, but again, full contact sport, those massive collisions happen.
Liz Tafuna took the brunt of that. Let's take another look at this one as it was a quick start. Tafuna just coming in with a force.
As you can see, Nicolau gets up in the air. Tafuna takes her eyes off the ball, it looks like, just maybe briefly. Again, no harm intended, and I think, like you said, Tafuna was worse off in that one, but she's on her feet, and she'll serve 2 minutes in the bin. So that's Retrievers down to 6 right at the first start of this match.
5 seconds in, and not the necessarily time you want to do it, and I guess the question could be asked, is there too much aggression at times? But I think in that case, it was just Tafuna off on the timing by a half a second.
100%, just bad timing, but real opportunity here for experts. They're going to have a woman overload for the next 2 minutes, and that woman with ball in hand, Sue Adegoke, she is very dangerous.
Adegoke taken down at midfield. The ball comes out, the experts still with it. Spiff to the middle. Once again, a good tackle. This one physical right from the start. Love the pacing. There's so much room on that left side. There's the move across. That is it, our first try of the match. It's in the hands of KJ. She will move it over to Nicolau, and it is a 5-0 start just into the first minute of our second match.
So already a result from our power play, which I believe you know the term pretty well yourself. But Nicolau and Johnson connecting on the top of your screen, that far side of the pitch. Just beautiful interplay. I love the support. Both looking like they could score, but the selflessness really rewarding for the experts, and 5 points already.
Rugby, physical, just like hockey. You've got Sinbin, you got power play, you got breakaways. I love it. And just an absolute run as it's 5-0 for the experts, 5:29 in. Nicolau with so much pace and just a beautiful pass.
I love how she carries the ball in two hands and then dishes it off to KJ and does the exact same thing, but she continues to support on that inside. Doesn't expect KJ to score straight away because there's some incredible defenders out there on the pitch. But that support will get you that try.
Off of the hands, and the Retrievers trying to play catch-up after being down early in this first minute, not only in players but in points. Big tackle. And the experts' physicality retrieves the ball, and they will work it back their direction. Beautiful pass, and this one just into the hands, trying to avoid the knock-on, but it will occur, and that was a close one.
Experts just forcing it a little too much. They already have the overlap. They've already created the space, but they're getting too tight to the defense, not keeping that passing lane open. So you're putting a lot of pressure on yourself to nail the perfect pass, whereas if you just send it early, back your speed, you're maintaining possession.
Such a great point on the defense. That knock-on occurred, so a scrum coming. All right, Bree Kim, what do you have for us down there?
I was standing right behind Liz Tafuna, who just finished up the yellow card penalty, but we see Mata Hingano come on. Tafuna returns to the bench. Probably has a few more minutes before we see her return to the field.
That's a big hit. They'll just make sure she's all right. We'll keep an eye on that. Thank you, Bree.
We are back to our full complement of 7 for the Retrievers. So all matched up out there as play continues.
Very important for them to try to get on the board right now. As we told you, this happens so very quickly. Tui on that far side will move the ball across. Retrievers trying to get themselves back to even. They certainly appreciate the extra help. Good passing by the Retrievers and a huge hit. Hingano taken down.
Double tackle coming in. You see experts just flying off the line, getting in the face of the Retrievers. They're playing a 7-up defense, so it's not going to look like a lot of space there for the Retrievers. They'll have to break up the middle and then find a match side to go to.
Zanalato taken down, but the Retrievers still with good possession here, have had it for quite some time now. Gray working the ball on that far side, will be tackled. Waiting for some help. The experts jumping in on that.
Very illegal entry into the ruck, just coming in from the side. The ruck is already formed. You have to go north and south. Keep your hips square.
Not sure what the thinking there was. Big pass. Player down in the backfield. That is an expert. Update you on that in just a moment. But the Retrievers hustling up that far right side. 2:40 to go in the first. All across. Retrievers into the hands of Zanalato. Difficult on the tackle. It will be put back to Tui. Tui with a dish to Huey. Huey with some time and space will be taken down just ahead of the try line. 2:25 to go. Experts with the lead.
Experts with just 5 in their line and 1 down on the ground. So it's a massive overlap for the Retrievers. Can they get it through the hands?
Oh, what a beautiful pass. And it's Smith who finds the try zone, but it's not going to count.
It was a forward pass, so again, just keeping ball in hand too long, getting too close to the defense. They had a 2-woman overload. Foster with a great pass to Hingano, and then she just needs to send it early. She doesn't need to engage that last defender. Give the winger the ball with 20 meters of space on the outside.
Is that a pressure mistake with a forward pass like that? Because you did have so much time there.
She's probably thinking, I need to make sure I commit this last defender so my teammate walks in, but you just have to give it early. You've already done the work. The ball is going to move so much faster than you are with it in hand.
Good stuff, Abby. And a scrum coming just outside of the expert zone, and Bree Kim standing by pitch side. What do you got, Bree?
Yeah, you noticed earlier the experts player that was down on the ground, which led to 5 in their defense. It was Mariana Nicolau who went down. It looked like she got some sort of knock to the head in that ruck, so we hope she is all right, but the experts now have a sub back to full strength.
7-on-7, Retrievers trying to figure something out here. They have been playing catch-up since the very beginning. Had a golden opportunity. The forward pass set them back, and now they're on the far side looking to try something.
Penalty here to the Retrievers as they look to go quickly, but just off the mark. So the expert tackler not rolling away. They're getting caught up and they're slowing down the ball. So that's a long-arm penalty for the Retrievers.
Retrievers, as they get close, keep getting knocked back. A compilation of mistakes. There's a pass, but it will just fall a little bit short. Tackle. An opportunity to that far side. LoCicero will find it, and that one isn't going to count either. Oh, goodness.
There is a lot of booing. The crowd is displeased.
Oh, no.
Let's have a look here. Tui does a little hesitation, but great tackle coming in from the experts. And just a little knock on scene there from the referee. He spots it.
How close was that?
Hey, any ball forward off the hands. He's got a much better view than I do out here. I'm not even wearing my glasses, so.
The Retrievers have been oh so close. That is 2 called back. One was the knock on, the other the forward pass. How much does that play in your head?
It's just forcing too much. It's getting eager, trying to get into that try zone as quickly as possible when just maintaining possession, build the pressure, let momentum come. But experts back with ball in hand, Olympian Ariana Ramsey having to go up the short side.
You heard the horn. Things will continue. That was just off the hands, recovered by the Retrievers, but that will also be called back.
Just a lot of mistakes here. You see the arms going up. The crowd is on their feet. They have some questions. We have some questions. But frantic first half, just 5 points to 0. So you see what they're trying to do. They're trying to set up that drag line. Amanda Berta with ball in hand. And then just cuts across is Nakamura, but ball doesn't go to hands. It comes off, and Zanawato, so she is disappointed there. She wants to play on. She has the advantage, and the referee killed it. He said, game is at halftime. Let's call it off. But she wanted to run in and score a try.
Be interesting to see how this plays out in the second half. This hometown crowd obviously trying their best to influence the officials, but don't think that is going to be the case. It's 5-0 at halftime. The Retrievers trailing in this one. Nicolau was the one who picked up 5 points early with just 52 seconds into that one, and that was on a power play as well. So, hey, remember to keep up to date on all Premier Rugby Sevens. Visit PR7s.com. Okay, so if you're the Retrievers, Abby, what is your mentality coming into the second half, and do you use that to fuel you a little bit?
It's got to start right from the kickoff, maintaining possession. But for me, it's both sides just need to simplify the game. It seems like a very complicated sport, but both overworking. They need to keep it simple. Just trust the ball, let it do the work. Test the edges, and maintain possession.
All right, good stuff. All right, Bree Kim with an update for us down on the pitch at halftime. Bree?
I spoke with assistant coach of the Retrievers, Maddie Baker, asked what the message was at halftime, and she told me it was just keep things patient and composed. They felt like they were being very frantic, trying to push too many things and not let a couple of phases play out. So they want to be able to have those strong carries before sending it out wide, getting it open on the corners. So that was the message to the Retrievers. Felt like they had a lot of momentum at the end of that first half. We'll see how they start off the second half.
All right, Bree, good stuff. Momentum, a big thing in this sport, no question about it. And with time all of the essence right now, it has to be all Retrievers. And you get the feeling like, Abs, they need something to go their way here early on.
And 7 minutes can seem like an eternity, but at the end of this, whoever wins, remember, they're going to DC. They're clinching their spot. in that finals weekend on August 6th.
A lot at stake in this one, and just a separation of 5 points, but that clock a factor.
So ball just hits the referee, so anytime they interfere accidentally, it's going to be a scrum. Ball will stay with the team that was attacking. So retrievers scrum here as medical staff comes on just to check in on one of the players. Player welfare here always at the utmost importance.
And Liz Tafuna is back in, then 6 on the retrievers side. So good to see she took that penalty and then was subbed out when the penalty expired. And I think they were just trying to make sure she was all right. She took the brunt of that hit in the first minute.
And in this tournament, you actually get 7 subs. So in the traditional version, you have 5, but this is an opportunity to take a player out and put them back in. So we have a player just being assisted off the pitch, just potentially just a little ankle roll, hopefully nothing too serious. She's on her feet, walking off on her own accord, and Kelly Smith in on the retrievers. Have a look here. You have Jazz Gray lurking at the bottom of your screen and Zanalatu at the top, both really threatening with ball in hand.
If the retrievers can win this, they will advance. The experts do, it will go to points. That is the most recent update for you in an evolving situation, and that pass just slips through the hands, but Tafuna able to recover. She is being just taken down. The experts triple teaming a very powerful woman.
I think retrievers had missed her physical presence out there. She always punches it up the middle, gets them some go forward, and they need that.
Talk about momentum creator. That is Tafuna in a nutshell. Ruby Tui now in the middle trying to advance the ball. She will be taken down. Tafuna looking for it, finds it. Tafuna with a beautiful pass, and the retrievers now will move forward. Tackled by LoCicero.
It's a great turnover there from Amanda Berta. The chop tackle comes in. She gets low body height, just hands on the ball, and she resists that initial attempt at a clear out. So it will be their penalty, and as you can see, they're electing for a scrum, so this is going to slow things down a little bit, give them a chance to catch their breath, maybe work a training pitch move here.
We saw the signal for a scrum, so that will come just on the opposite side of midfield. Beautiful pitch here at PayPal Park.
You see Sue Adegoke coming in here, Spiff Sedrick going off the pitch. But Sue, one of the speedsters for this side, and just getting a little break, so maybe some fresh legs to bring into this match.
It's a beautiful spot here in San Jose, California. I know you came in hot, but if you don't, if you're not careful, the airport is literally just across the street from the pitch here.
I got my warm-up in just sprinting from the airport about 20 minutes ago.
You made it, and we're happy for it. Just don't know what I would do without you.
People would get bored really quickly.
Very quickly. Very quickly. Oh, the tweets would have been coming in heavily. Still waiting for this scrum. We're going to have a quick sub.
So still on this scrum here. Ball remains in the experts' hands. You have Ramsey. She is electric. She has serious wheels. She's played for the USA squad, represented the team at the Olympics. So maybe she'll use some footwork, try to interject some pace here in the middle of the pitch.
I like the coaching thinking here. It's slow it down a little bit. Maybe your team needs a little bit of a breather. You got 4:20 to go, so time a factor, but not huge. But look at this. Experts coming out of this with absolute pace, and it's Ramsey finding her way in, and she will touch it down, and the experts now up 10 with 4:10 to go. What a turn of events that was.
Like you said, it's a tactic there, putting someone like Ramsey at the scrum half position. You create this space depending on where the scrum is. She had 15 meters of a blind side to work with. Challenging position, but she does so well. She backs herself down the edge and really puts the experts ahead.
Amanda Berta will miss the conversion, so the difference is 10. with 3:36 to play here in the second half. Well, this would be huge for the experts. If they can come away with a victory here, that certainly changes the dynamic.
It does. They finished last in Minnesota. But let's have one more look at this Ramsey try. She puts the ball in and then actually goes back to where she came from. Does really well to outpace the defense there, bringing her team into a 2-try lead.
Retrievers now have definitely put themselves up against it. Clock a factor and a 2-try difference. They will need to get something going quickly, and not much has gone their way in this one so far. No luck, no movement, no momentum. Tafuna on this near side. Looked as though she would receive the pass, does not. Ball is down, now Tafuna will pick it up. Has a little bit of space, finds a small gap, looks for some help, doesn't have it. She'll be tackled down near side. Tafuna doing her best to try to create that momentum. Ball will come out. Cook. Now the Retrievers the opposite direction. Foster will try. Into the hands of Zanalato. Now it's back near side. Retrievers trying to find some power. And they can feel the desperation starting to come in a bit here.
Ramsey just joining that ruck illegally in from the side. Again, we've spoken about that rule, but a little different tactic here. Experts playing that 7-up style, spot the space in behind. Ruby Tui goes for it, and then the bounce is good, and the Retrievers are right back in this.
This one almost did not work out. That kick ahead just a little out of reach almost, but a fantastic push, and Cook will put them on the board, and there's plenty of time with 1:40 to go. The difference is 5.
She starts it off herself, Kaitlyn Cook, and then Tui, very disappointed not getting the call from the ref, but has the advantage, and then Cook retrieves her own kick. First kick we've seen work today, but it was a beauty.
It was a beauty indeed, and that makes it 7. The difference is 3, so this one not over yet. And that is how quickly this can change.
Still have just over a minute left. Plenty of time for both teams. Looks like time is off here according to the referee. Just getting set up. Megan Foster here, ball in hand. She's done really well to organize the team so far. And experts are playing that 7-up style of defense. So it was a great tactic seen by the Retrievers to expose the backfield.
Ooh, and the catch does not happen because the experts just are having it struggle off their hands. That
and
will be a red
another
card.
call. So it's only a red card because it's the second yellow card in the match. And anytime you get 2 yellow cards, it will automatically be a red. So Liz Tafuna again just taking the player out in the air. It's a bit of a tough call. The timing is off. She needs to just check her feet, keep her eyes on the ball, and go for the ball the entire time.
It's just interesting because we haven't seen that out of her in Minnesota. And not that she's doing anything malicious or not here, but like you said, I feel like it's a timing issue for her.
It is, and when you have someone who can kick really well like Foster, she's putting it on a platter. So Liz Tafuna just going after the ball again. No harm intended whatsoever, but I've been on the receiving end and the giving end of both of them, and you never mean to do it. You always want to just keep your eyes on the ball, but like you said, timing an issue, and now experts will look to just kill the clock. They've had this game secured now. If they can put the ball in, the scrum, the back line will most likely just kick it into touch.
Yeah, a little bit of a different second half. I didn't expect it. Time will expire. So, as Ab said, this one secured by the experts. They just really need to make this clean. There it will be. They will retrieve it from the scrum, kicked into touch, and that will bring a conclusion to a frustrating match for the Retrievers, no question about it.
Disappointing loss for the Retrievers. They had a great showing in Minnesota, just unable to build on that momentum. So they will actually be out of our championship weekend in DC, but look at what it means to the experts. They are overjoyed, getting their first win of the season as well.
Listen, how important is that? We knew what they had to do coming into this, and you pick up an early advantage. There's the penalty to start things off, and then it's Nicolau with a quick 5 points, just 52 seconds in. Ramsey follows it up, picks up a try at 9:45, and that's the difference right there. You can get out to an early lead, and then you just build and protect, and defense was clutch for them.
Retrievers had that difficult start going right from the get with that yellow card. So being down to 6 players is such a challenge. And then they had to finish the match as well with just 6 on the pitch. So well done to the experts. They were able to exploit that overlap and utilize it. And now they're going to see themselves in a final against the Loonies later today.
Frustrating one for the Retrievers. Perhaps most on the face of number 6 there, Liz Tafuna. Just talked about timing a little bit, but what's going through her mind at this point?
She'll just be disappointed, feeling a little guilty, maybe putting her team in a position that she wouldn't want to do otherwise, just thinking she maybe let the team down, but it is sport. We're all accountable, and I'm sure she'll put her hand up, apologize to the squad, but again, it's a team sport. Everyone's involved, and she'll get to play one more match with the Retrievers on the season.
The Rocky Mountain experts advanced to the championship, and they have also clinched, so a very big one for them. It might not create much drama later in the day, but if you're these teams, you don't want to force this into the finals to try to have to win in order to punch your ticket to go to DC. You want to do what you can to get it done early on and take the anomaly out of the game later.
Absolutely. Both these teams did that with the way the points had worked out. So we have 2 teams that have already secured their spot. I think it will actually create a better atmosphere for the final later on today, because that is now out of your head. The spot is secured. So now it's all about winning each moment, winning the final here in San Jose.
All right, Aubrey Kim is down pitch side with Ramsey. What's up? What do we got, Bree?
I'm here with Ariana Ramsey. Ari, you came away with a go-ahead try. Just talk me through those last few minutes and what it felt like.
It was great. We've been practicing that for a while. So when I fully back myself, there's nobody stopping me. So I'm proud that I finally did it and got that dub. We got it. So I'm excited.
Huge win, especially after last week. Tell me what you're thinking about for the next game.
For the next game, we're going to take it moment at a time. We came out very humble and we were ready to just be focused and control of the game. And we did that. We're going to do it again next time. So.
Thanks so much, Ari. Best of luck.
Thanks, Bree Kim and Ari Ramsey.